And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Bulldogs and the New York Giants. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now on the return, Brendan Langley. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. After the run, Goff going to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now Goff on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
76.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Woods, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is gone. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Adams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To throw on second down is gone. He'll check this one off to Fournette. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Throwing on third, gone. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. John Simon in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Rosas now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On first down, gone. Going for the deep ball. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go! What?
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, here's Barkley. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! Grand 38!
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Able to push his way through. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
A handoff to Barkley. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. John Simon in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. Now, last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Cut! 180! Starting left here.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, A lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Now it's gone. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Danny Trevathan. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He completes it to Bryant. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Ohio! Come on, let's go!
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Come on, let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Rosas puts this one through. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. On the return is Henderson. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Alert, alert. Let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And that will tie things up at 13. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return is Henderson. And an alley to run. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1-0 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted, like you said. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Goff. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On 2nd and 10, Goff. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the 1st.
And he's got this down to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
The pitch to Fournette. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to run to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Here's a give to Fournette. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a play fake, and it's gone. He'll buy some time right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson.
All right. Come on out.
They'll run with Fournette. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
What? Start left here.
On second down, here's Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Goff now looks to throw. Flush to his right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The fake punt gets them 13 yards. A huge play on special teams. It's a first down. Goff on first down. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the run, it's Fournette. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Again, it's Fournette.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now gone. And his throw here's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
DC.
Here's Fournette. A good run that time. They couldn't close him down, and now 9 yards makes for a very different situation on 4th and goal.
That was a statement stop right there. Now it forces the opposing head coach to answer this question. What do you do on 4th down?
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. They come out here in the eye. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys are going to take the lead. And he knocks it through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now out come the Giants. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Out left side here to Bryant. Fancy footwork at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side, caught by Butler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Fournette, 1st down, still going. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's a 1st down run with Collins. Space to run past the 20. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
This is Fournette. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
Like 20.
He'll get it up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The New York set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
A very solid gain of 27. Now back to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And here now the offense heading back out there. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for London, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.